Hey, happy you made it. I'm Danielle, the coordinator of stewardship. Let's go check out the rain garden. So behind me, you'll see the field center here at Kawartha Conservation area. Over the past few years, and just due to the positioning of the building and things that are happening around the landscape, we experienced a lot of flooding and just pooling wetness around the building's foundation, which unfortunately has impacted some of the building inside. And we knew that one of the best ways to fix this long term is also to add features like low impact development features to the landscape surrounding the building. Low impact development, or LID, is a method of stormwater management that uses kind of mimicry of natural processes to help manage stormwater. And ultimately, by putting these features in around the field center building, we are reducing flooding, erosion, and also improving water quality and biodiversity in our conservation area. So right behind me here, we're going to go check out a soak-away pit that was installed on the east side of the building. Where we're standing right now is on top of a 30-foot long soak-away pit that was installed to run adjacent to the backside of our field center building. This pit is about 3 feet wide, and it's filled with a few different layers of media that are helping to capture stormwater runoff where it lands and draw it away from the building's foundation. Basically, inside what you'll see is a layer of large gravel called clear stone, a layer of bioretention media, which is a heavily sandy layer of soil. And inside, there's actually a pipe that runs all along the length of the building. So all this material is helping water get into the ground, into the pipe, and away from the building as fast as it can, reducing any impact of stormwater on the foundation. All right, next we're gonna go check out a permeable pathway and some native plant gardens that were put in out front. So out front of our field center building, we noticed the entrance was often ponding. Water was just not flowing off the path, and it was freezing over the winter, which was a safety hazard too for staff and visitors of our park. So we knew that we wanted to combat where the water was falling out here on the path by installing a permeable pathway. Basically, we added a few different layers of different sized gravel out front, putting a walking layer right on top, and surrounded it with some garden beds that are filled with native vegetation. And behind me here, you actually have a spring ephemeral garden. So although we're in September now, the garden here is filled with spring ephemerals that will be coming up early April, basically before the leaves come out on the trees. Things like trout lily, bloodroot, white trillium. So this is a really cool addition to our plantings around the field center. Connected to our permeable pathway are a few of our larger features here. So first you will see a strip drain running right across that is helping convey water falling off of our roof, through our eaves trough, and potentially any overflow from our rain barrel system right on out away from the building and into our main lawn. Connected directly to the strip drain, we've installed a 50-foot long underground drain. It's actually called a dry swale. And the reason why is because we've created this regraded surface here, a swale-like surface in our lawn that is complemented by that long underground pipe underland. So we're helping water flow naturally over the land in this low-lying swale, but also any water infiltrating into the ground is being caught by an underground pipe and conveying it right out to our main feature, our rain garden. So behind me here, you'll see our feature rain garden at Kawartha Conservation area. This rain garden is filled with over 150 different plants of diverse species that will bloom throughout all different seasons of the year. But one of the most exciting of the features of this rain garden is something you may not see underground. The rain garden is actually cut out, excavated 2 feet deep, and filled with different layers of media, including large gravel called clear stone at the very bottom, which acts as a reservoir to hold stormwater. Along with a bioretention media on top that's really high in sand content, allowing any water that's falling on the garden or being led into the garden to infiltrate easily and hit that underground reservoir. Welcome to our rain garden plant tour. This purple plant that you're looking at is bottle gentian. It is a uniquely pollinated plant in that it's almost exclusively pollinated by bumblebees because they're the strongest and one of the only insects that can actually pry open the petals to reach the nectar. So here you'll have our bright yellow sneezeweed, another fall bloomer and a great addition to the rain garden this season. Sneezeweed, it's kind of funny, it gets its name from its traditional medicinal use by Indigenous folks and early settlers, where they would actually go really close and take big inhales of the plant in hopes of inducing sneezing that would relieve colds and headaches. Right up front here, we have a collection of prairie smoke and also some sedges. These plants, although not flowering right now, are providing an important purpose in the front of the garden, providing ground cover, reducing weed competition. Prairie smoke is a great addition for the garden as well. It's one of the earliest bloomers we have in here. It will be coming out in April of each year, meaning it's one of the earliest sources of food for our pollinators. Here we have a pretty popular plant. This is our swamp milkweed. So many folks would know milkweed as one of the host plants for the monarch butterflies, so the swamp milkweed is one of those. It's also used to living in slightly wetter environments, which is why we have it placed kind of toward the center of this rain garden here. The rain garden is a bowl-shaped feature, so when it gets wet, there will be the most water in the middle. Seed pods that you can see here actually contain hundreds of seeds within them that are connected to little floss-like strings. So here we have a spice bush, which is a native but Carolinian shrub. Spice bush is the host plant for the spice bush swallowtail, and it produces really great early flowers similar to prairie smoke, where it comes out really early in the season. They're nice yellow flowers, so a good early source of food for our pollinators. Our tall sunflower here can grow up to 10 feet tall, and I think it's getting pretty close. You can see there's already some honeybees up top enjoying it very thoroughly right now. If you're experiencing similar rainwater management issues at your home, or perhaps you just want to put in some more functional gardens on your space, you could reach out to Kawartha Conservation or visit our website, kawarthaconservation.com/healthygardens, and we'd be pleased to support you with plans for implementing rain gardens, securing funds to do this type of initiative, and just general advice. All of these features together were sponsored in part by RBC's Tech for Nature program. And we have so far been extremely pleased with the way that they've been working over their first year. Our field center is dry, our paths are dry and safe. You know, the level of pollinators that we're seeing and different blooms that we're seeing is just unparalleled to what we had here before. So all in all, thanks for coming on the tour with me today. Hope we all learned something new about LIDs, and see you later.